How you doing, everybody, and welcome back to Dicey Decisions, where we roll dice, spin stories, and play some day. This week's Dicey Spotlight is the Kickstarter that should be far more well-known. It should already be completely funded. It is Mnemonic, a Weaver's Almanac. I have mentioned this before in previous Dicey Spotlight, but the Kickstarter is live. So, I'm linking in the description below, and it needs no other fucking, pomp and circumstance. It's just amazing. Go ahead and, back that project. They are more than halfway to goal. There's, as I'm recording this, 27 days to go, so there's, as you're listening to this, there's even less time than that. Go ahead and check it out. Back this cool project. It is a core rulebook and a setting guide. It is just really, really cool. Go check it out.
Now recording.
Every time.
Sock monkey suffrage.
Sock
monkey suffrage.
Yeah, that's making it into the beginning of the episode.
Good. I stand by it.
Oh my god.
So I rolled.
Yes.
I get a 1.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God. I rolled a 2.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. And Carly?
I rolled a 3.
We're doing
So-
fantastic, guys.
You guys are not gonna believe this. The number was 6. Kit!
Yes!
What happened last time?
Let's see. Soot got really hyped up on caffeine.
Yep.
And then
Southland
Finnan was
coffee.
like, I'm gonna sell coffee now because that's what's hot these days.
That's what the kids are into.
That's what the
kids
hipsters
are
like.
into.
Microbreweries.
He's gonna start his own chain of Starbucks.
Starbucks.
What?
Oh!
Star-
Ooh! I like
Oh.
that, actually. Because of this.
I also do, but that's not the name.
Oh no, that means it's worse.
I don't actually remember what Helga was doing at the time.
Helga and Kit went to go find lodging.
Yep,
Oh,
both
yeah,
Helga
we
and her
found
player went to find lodging.
Yeah, they went on a nice vacation.
Shut up.
Kitten cat.
Shut up. Shut up.
I mean,
I'm
it
fine.
was only a matter of time before we got Kit and Cat mixed up,
I'm surprised it's only like at this point.
right?
No,
Like, we did a
I'm
really
Vex.
full-
He's Vax.
God. Yeah, so we got spa treatment, and I talked to Crumpet a little, or Helga talked to Crumpet a little bit, and he was like, "Stop picking my bugs off me. They're my friends."
Crumpet
love
is
how-
the epitome of the lazy villager in Animal Crossing.
He is.
Yeah.
He's like,
Okay,
I like
hold
to
on.
talk
I
with
want-
the bugs in my walls.
I want this clarified. Can Crumpet speak, but only to Helga?
Helga cast
Yeah.
speak with animals. So if you have speak with animals, talk to Crumpet.
Oh, okay. That's what was going on. I thought it was just like some inside joke that only like brought up to this point. I'm like, what is going on?
Oh my gosh. I think Helga
Season
tried to
2.
also at
Wait,
one
can he
point-
actually talk?
God. I think Helga tried to like use speak with animals on Soot one time to see if it would work, and it didn't.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, kind of rude, but it's fine.
Kind of rude.
Well, she
Ca-
thought
well-
like since he like also made bird noises, like the logic there was like maybe the bird noises have a translation that I'm not understanding. So she's like speak with animals.
Unfortunately,
But it
he
didn't-
is not an animal, which is why it didn't work.
Wah, wah.
He is a boy. A good
He's
boy,
a-
you might
He's
even
a
say.
good boy.
What? Sut is a good boy.
Sut is a good boy. Alright, yeah, that's what happened last time. You also met a weird old lady that,
Oh
was just-
yeah, that's right. Helga was like slightly on the lookout for people from the north, from her tribe,
mhm.
and the old lady was like, "Oh yeah, there's someone that you might look out for. Old man something."
Did anyone write it down?
I did.
Old man Vlad.
Yeah.
There you go.
I knew it was Russian.
I just did not have.
I don't know. It took us a while to get to this point. I don't know if we were Russian.
Ha
Which brings us to now, as I start the actual music in Roll20. God damn it. It'd also be great if I was actually recording.
Oh my god.
Greg was recording, but the screen was not. That's fine.
Well-
Well,
It's fine.
It's fine. This is fine.
This is fine.
This is fine. It's fine.
I'm so close to the perfect amount of hit points.
Are you almost
you
at
gotta get
69
one
hit
more
points?
One more hit point.
I have 66. So theoretically, when I roll my next hit die, if I roll really poorly, and I think I would just take it, you know, I would just take the really poor hit die
you would just
Just
take
to have 69.
just to have 69.
I'm nearing the other good number, 420 hit points.
No, you're not.
That'd be so
You
funny.
don't have my character sheet. You don't know.
Carly, I was gonna say like, what if I
Nice.
cast aid on you, but aid adds like 5, so we would miss it by 1. I'm so.
We're just gonna
I would
punch her a
have to
couple
have
times.
Helga punch me.
Wait, we would have Helga punch you for what now?
So it would give me an additional 5 hit points, and then I just have you punch me a couple times.
And then we'll even it out. It'll be perfect.
Just think of it this way, Carly. If you go over the 69, then at any given point during battle, you could be reduced down to 69.
That's true.
Hmm.
And
But
then you
if
could-
my
and then you could
natural
be like,
state-
"Hey."
If my natural state was 69, though, like.
I feel like your neck would cramp.
Which
Not
brings
if you-
us to now.
Not if you lay on your sides.
Who just logged off?
Troy.
I think Troy just left. Troy just dipped.
Troy.
That was a
Damn.
banger, Troy. That was a banger.
That was a good joke.
Well, yeah,
It
of course it
was.
was a banger.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the
Ew.
fucking button again.
Do it,
All right,
coward.
which brings us to now. As the four Lightningvars carry heavy sacks of coffee beans into Soot and Finnan's room here at the Spine's Respite in Spa, you wipe the sweat off your brows as Gurg and Oran approach, Britha in tow, wrapped in a tattered cloak that does very little to hide the metal legs and arm. Her one human eye shoots a look at Helga as she speaks. Well, get comfortable. Looks like this won't be a one-day stop. Damn elves say they won't raise the bridge to let us pass through the tributary. Tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Damn elves say they won't raise the bridge to let us pass through the tributary. Say we need approval from the governor. I put in the paperwork, threw Madame Grain's name into the mix, but this bullshit won't likely resolve till the end of the month. So, if you can figure a faster way than the end of the third, we're stuck in this backwater place for a few.
I might actually have something.
All right, good start.
That's what all this is for, and I indicate the fuck tons of coffee.
You're going to bribe them with beans?
Yeah, I don't follow.
I'm hoping to start a business. Part of what I'm coming to Lugvalt for is to get into the city proper. If I can get in there, and I've already got a good word in with the person who runs Little Lugvalt, I could probably get us a little faster than a month.
Well, I mean, do you know what day it is? That'd be a great start.
Saturday.
Set repeats the day.
It is the 22nd of Sunbreach. There's 8 days left in this month.
Challenge accepted.
Cat is looking kind of fidgety. That's it's a really long wait. We are on a bit of a crunch.
Right, so, if any of you can figure anything out, be a good start in the morning. I'm going to be sleeping on the Star Chaser.
Is that the name of the boat?
Yeah, Madame Grain thought it would be humorous to name it that.
She does have she has a sense of humor.
A sense of
Everyone
humor.
liked it.
You're right there.
All right, night night. Sleep tight.
Yeah, well, I'll be on the ship if you need me, I guess. She just
Thank
turns around and
you.
leaves.
Oh wait, she's sleeping on the ship and we've got fancy spa lodgings. Should we ask her if she wants to join us at the spa?
You do have a spa token for her. You paid for it.
Would you would you like to stay at the spa with us, or would you feel more comfortable on the boat?
You know, I could stomach the fineries for a bath.
I toss her the spa token.
Catches it in the metal arm. Very Westworld. Just the arm moves without any of the rest of the body moving. It's just.
It extends.
It's absurdly fast. It blurs how quickly the arm moves. All right. Good thing I'm waterproof. These are good now?
Yes. I think they're good for 24 hours.
Great. She walks behind the around the desk and through a door in the wall where some steam comes out of the door as she pushes it open. And without giving any thanks, she goes off to take a bath.
That seems about right for her.
Michael, you said that she was covering herself up, covering her metal bits up. Is Oran also doing that, or is only she doing that?
Gurg is not making any attempt to hide his prosthetics, but he does wear like a baggy shirt, but like it's very obvious that it looks like he's wearing like full metal plate on his arms for some reason underneath it, and most people won't question it. But Britha has very obviously like steampunk mechanoid like Genos from One Punch Man legs and an arm and part of her head.
Yeah.
So it's a little more noticeable, and she seems a little self-conscious about it, unfortunately.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. Okay, I won't do
My
anything about
uncle is beautiful, babe.
You like the fact that she's an android?
I think it's kind of hot, but that's just me. It has no.
Wait, I was gonna say Tiffany thinks it's hot.
You've discovered my plan, which is to fulfill all of Tiffany's kinks with all of my NPCs.
That's another game.
I mean,
Anyway.
you gotta catch up to my singular one success with Meridia.
True.
Love her, Meridia. Whatever you are, I love you. Into the stars. Anyway, yeah, it's. I guess. I thought it was gonna be a thing, but no, I don't think that's gonna do anything about that right now. Okay.
Finnan eventually looks to the group and just says, "So, I've got a lot of planning if I'm going to get this thing started by tomorrow. I'll be in the room if anybody needs me."
I was going to make a comment that, like, between Sit and Finnan, they probably have the smallest room, so, like, it wouldn't everyone being in there would be, like, trying to fit everyone in a walk-in closet.
Oh my
No,
God.
you're kidding. We both have king-size beds.
Oh yeah, this is a nice place. You have like, there's a pair of big, nice beds in there, and a
Ooh,
curtain
this-
to like separate the two halves of the room. Yeah.
Oh, wow! This is luxurious! So it's, like, going throughout... You know when you go to, like, a new hotel room and you have to, like, poke at everything?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's absolutely what Seth's doing.
Roll
Ooh,
for
when
bed
they go
bugs.
to What is that, a D100?
Yeah, Finnan.
It's a D4. If you get a 1, you have bed bugs.
Oh. That's
I got it too.
You do not have bed bugs.
Yeah, Finnan parts ways and heads up to start his planning.
Excellent. Does anyone else have any plans for the evening?
continue to pick bugs off of Crumpet to prepare him for his bath tomorrow.
He's still very complainy about it.
Yeah. Maybe, like, see if I can get, like, a little pair of scissors to cut out any knots in his fur.
Yeah, you can go ask at the desk, and the parrot or the exotic bird that you have no idea what it is. The strange, brightly colored bird kind of blinks at you when you ask for scissors.
I need, like a tiny pair of scissors for cat haircut.
Kind of
Cat
tilts.
Cat that is cat, not cat that is human.
He like tilts his head at you and like kind of looks around the desk for a moment, and then like kind of hops over to a drawer, opens it with his beak, and pulls out a pair of like safety scissors. Kind of waddles over to you.
Gonna go to bed after Crumpet and Helga are sufficiently tired of that nonsense. Maybe make
Excellent.
some small talk in the meantime.
With Crumpet, making small talk with Crumpet.
Crumpet and Cat.
Ah.
Cat is not being very talkative. She's kind of just she's looking at the slight burns on her hands that she had acquired when she was helping the old woman's fire, and she's just thinking. Just laying in bed, being broody.
Has her earphones.
Soot, anything you're doing?
I think I would just go. I think I'm also going to bed alongside Finnan.
Alright.
Oh, Finnan is not sleeping.
Oh. Staying up all night making business plan.
Yeah,
Oh.
when you enter the room, Finnan is at the writing desk in the room with just papers strewn all over it. There's a sketch on one, a floor plan on the next. He's got notes of like what looks to be like pricings for things written out.
Oh. Okay.
He's got, depending on how closely you're looking, you might even see Katrina, Soot, and Helga's names written.
I think I would go over, like, with Finnan just being so into, I guess, what he said was planning, I would try to peek at some of the papers, especially if one of them had our names on it.
Roll a perception check, unless you're just gonna walk over and take a look.
No, I'm gonna just walk over and take a look.
Alright, yeah.
Christy here.
Feel free to
This is
share whatever you want to share, Troy.
Soot picks up the paper and holds it out, like,
Finnan just kind of glances over and doesn't look frantic. He's not like... This is not a frenetic, like, ramblings of a madman sort of situation.
it's not
You've
a
experienced that before.
Yes. This
It will
is,
consume.
This is actually, like, just in the zone sort of planning, like, where everything is just clicking into place. So, the paper that you pick up, I assume you pick up the one that has your guys' names on it?
Yeah.
So, next, like, each name is circled, and then there are little branches going off of it with a few different words next to each one. Next to Katrina's, it says, take orders, question mark? People person, question mark? Then, next to Helga's, it says, production side, question mark? And, with even more question marks, like, all around it, it says, security.
Oh my god, he's planning out the coffee shop AU.
We are.
And next to Soot's name, it says, production question mark, take orders question mark.
It would be
He has
good
a
at
perfect
knowing.
he has a perfect memory. He'd be a
He
great
does.
order taker. It's just, he's a bit chaotic.
I have not punched a random passerby. Probably. No, definitely not.
So yeah, that's what you get off of that piece of paper.
Oh,
Nice.
interesting.
Oh, so Oran and Gerg's names are written, but they're right next to them, like in big bold letters, underlined, is just entertainment.
Yeah, Soot circles that with like a check. Actually, Soot takes out a tiny piece of charcoal and puts like a check mark beside the entertainment, but then like circles beside the Soot one because he doesn't want to make any decisions for Kat and Helga. He'll only circle like the other one, the server role with
Production
like a little
or taking orders?
taking orders. Taking orders.
Finnan looks over to Soot, like actually taking some charge in the notes, and he just says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't. Am I keeping you up?"
Mm-mm. It's all good.
Where did he hear
He
that
just-
from?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
It's canon.
It's canon now. Actually, what Sid's going to do, because he's noticing that some of the candlelight is like slowly going out, he's gonna touch one of the higher up lamps and cast light on it, so that way, the room is better lit. And I guess he'll help Finnan a little bit before going to bed, like organizing and planning.
I will say that will give you advantage on some business-related thing in this next venture. because Soot is helping.
I'm gonna become business savvy.
Aw.
So yeah, Finnan actually does open up a little bit about some of his plans. He doesn't reveal everything, but he's talking. He kind of shows off the floor plans of the place. He shows off, obviously the notes that he has for people's roles, and the fact that I feel like he would actually say something like, I don't want to assume that everybody's just going to help, but if people are willing, I've got ideas for how they can help out.
So it's nodding along, and he gives a thumbs up. Trust in me to trust in you.
Aw.
And Finnan just reaches out and, like, claps a hand onto Soot's shoulder, and just, thanks, buddy.
Every time someone says that.
I love it. I love it.
I'll be wrapping up here soon. There's only so much I can do until we can get everybody together, but tomorrow, hopefully by sundown, this'll go through.
It's all good. And so it just helps organize. And maybe once he loses a little interest, he might start coloring some of the papers. Who knows?
Starts drawing more boats.
This is probably unprecedented and not exactly something that would happen. Mike, can I call for Tiff to make a roll?
Oh, who's DM now?
I'm intrigued. Do please elaborate.
There is a thing that would be perfect for Soot to find and start to color in, but I don't want it to just be I decide that Soot's found it. I want it to kind of be left up to chance.
Okay. You say it's like a 50-50 chance Soot finds it?
Yeah, something fairly generous.
Alright, roll a d20, and if it's odd, you find something.
Alright, let's use my sit dice. Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh, I rolled a 19.
Ah, it's odd, you found it.
Yee. The one
So
time
what you start coloring in is a very like dwarven inspired piece of artwork, actually, that looks like it was freshly drawn, so it's not something that he's had, it's something that he himself drew. That seems to be reminiscent of a large, like, creature with a fin along its back, 2 limbs and a long tail that is grinning, like, with these sharp teeth, but it is in a completely friendly and welcoming grin.
Did you just describe the Starbucks logo?
Yeah.
No.
Draw it for us.
Interesting.
Did you draw a mudcat?
I did!
Oh my
Okay,
god.
I heard 2 tails and a grinning face. I was like, is this just like a bastardization? Which, like, would be fun. But no.
No, it's... Although now I'm imagining a cartoony mudcat in the Starbucks logo. That's what it is.
Nice.
You guys have inspired me. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's the Starbucks logo, but with a mudcat instead of a person.
A cartoony mudcat. It's not horrifying to look at. He's just
Yeah,
he's
it
just a
looks
little
more
dirty
bad
looking.
than I find.
He's got the little sideways 3 mouth.
Yeah.
So it's like he's clearly not paying attention enough until he's like halfway through coloring this, until he realizes that like this is an actual drawn thing, and then he like shuffles over to Finnan holding it up. You do this?
Oh, yeah. I do a lot of the logo work for everything. That's where that drawing on the Flagons sign came from.
Very good, very good.
Oh, thanks. It's honestly, it's not really much.
my fucking god, just take the fucking compliment!
Take the compliment.
So like huffs, but like pats Finnan's shoulder. Very good, very good. And then he points from the mudcat to the plans.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna leave this as a surprise for everybody. But, the name of the place. And actually, that's where I'm gonna ask for the seed to be cut off.
Oh, so Soot knows the Soot knows the name, but it's a secret.
Until a later scene.
Ah, yes. The next morning, nobody has any nightmares, luckily, this time.
Hooray!
The next morning, everyone awakes. Finnan is the last to awake since he stayed up a little bit later. But you all awake to the smell of breakfast. Smell bacon.
Yes.
You smell snousage. You smell other cooking meats. And some eggs.
Do I
And
smell,
there's a nice little continental breakfast out there.
do I smell the sweet, hearty smell of Southland coffee?
Oh my god. You could probably grab some from your room.
I think
There
Soot
is
does.
actually there is the. Do you just chew on the beans?
Oh my god, you gotta bring
I will
one
tell you
Soot.
what I do. I'll tell you what I do, but keep describing breakfast.
Yeah, you would all in the center of the room, kind of around the central desk. There are a couple of tables that basically have been set up like buffets, and they're people who work at the business as servers that are like basically doling out portions to people who come up with plates. So there's eggs, there's meats, there's actually some fruit, like some cut up fruits and whatnot, and there's one section of a table where someone is straining coffee. It doesn't smell as strong or as spicy as the Southland coffee. It definitely seems to be more of a lighter morning roast, as it were. But it smells like coffee.
Fun fact, lighter roast coffees actually have more
Shh, that's supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah, if you want a strong coffee, you get a blonde roast.
Oh yeah, you do.
Soot, not knowing how coffee is actually made, does dip into one of the coffee bags and grabs like a handful of it, sniffs it,
Fuck.
looks around the room, Finn's asleep. He does pop one in his mouth and chews on it, but it's like bitter, so he spits it out. And he just has a pocket full of beans right now.
Finnan sits up at that and just... The fuck
Pocket
are you
beans.
doing?
Pocket beans. Go back to sleep.
Sleepies.
And he just rolls over and goes back to sleep for another, half hour or so.
Soot sprinkles some coffee beans around his head and then heads downstairs.
First you're spreading ashes on people, and now you're just dropping coffee beans.
I can't
This is
explain my
fine.
process.
Okay. So yeah, while everyone eventually does file out, and you all grab a table, Britha is sitting at the table. No, not in a still in a trench coat, but it seems that she went out and splurged somewhere in the white market because she's now wearing a very dark gray and blue trench coat style cloak with a high collar and a hood that she's still using to kind of cover a lot better, actually, her prosthetics, but she still does get some looks whenever she makes eye contact with anyone, and her prosthetic eye does kind of glow this angry red. Just a little disconcerting.
Are Oran and Gerg with us?
Yes.
Yeah, so with them as well. And he reaches into his satchel and pulls out a stack of papers.
What you got there, Finnan?
Oh, just the grand plans. He actually, like, does a sinister laugh. He just...
There's a strange underlighting that comes from nowhere.
You kidding? It's probably Soot.
So it's doing like a minor glow behind him.
No, it's not. It's not from behind. So we practice this. You got to go from. If you're gonna do the sinister thing, you got to go have the lighting come from below,
Under.
not behind.
So it makes a thunder cracking sound as if there's like storm.
Amazing.
That works too. Good job, buddy.
Sounds like wobbling tinfoil. So, what's the master plan?
Well, we're gonna be here for a bit, and I have the intention to get into Lugvalt proper.
Yeah.
I've mentioned this, I think. And to do that, I have been told of a vacant building that we might repurpose into a temporary venture, something to get my name into people's minds and mouths to eventually get into Lugvalt itself.
Okay. Good start.
And if you all are on board with helping, I have ways for you to help, but I've done this sort of thing before. I've been alone starting these things every time. If I got to do this alone, I will.
No, I'm in. What about you, Garg? That means yes. He's not a morning
Okay.
person.
I know the feeling. Helga, Kat, Soot?
I mean, I'm in for. Are you planning on staying here for a while, or moving on, or?
I mean, I'll move on with you guys. What we refer to this, what I'm about to do here is it's what we refer to in the business as a pop-up. It shows up,
Gotcha.
and then it's here for a short amount of time. We really hype it up, and then it disappears.
Understood.
So, catch you in. Soot?
Trust in me that trusts in you.
And Finnan actually looks like he's got his very charming mask on at the moment. But then when Soot says that, he actually softens some. Just wanted to double check. Helga? All right. And he kind of nudges a few plates aside and starts laying out. He's got floor plans. It's a long countertop with multiple pieces of what looks like machinery sitting on top of them, and small round tables scattered about with a little raised platform of a stage against one wall.
I'm just thinking Mos Eisley Cantina right now.
Not quite. Then on the other page is the paper that I described to Soot earlier with everyone's names and roles written on them.
So it points at Helga's name and then like preparations, and then holds up the bowl of crushed espresso beans.
Yes. Yes.
All right,
Duh.
so yeah, the security thing had a lot of question marks next to it, just because I've run things like this before, and I have had people try to run me out of town for setting stuff up like this, and I wanted to be ready in case that happened. So we'll have you as security if things go south. But
I
otherwise-
was trying to be like, Helga should crush the beans for preparation.
Yeah.
Which is what Finnan was about to say, is
Oh, yeah.
otherwise I want you running the grinders. I've managed to source a couple of things to make it easier on you so you don't just have to use your hands.
Mm.
That's cool. That is very cool.
Cat, because you have a much better way with people than most, I was looking at having you help with taking orders.
Carly
Right.
is going to be in the bathroom for the foreseeable future, so I think we should probably end up this scene. I will play the part of Katrina
Hey,
for the rest of this scene.
we love Mike as Katrina.
So Katrina says, "Yeah, sure, totally. I'll take orders. Sure. Been trained to do that all my life.
Oh!
No, don't put it like that, please. Don't.
You know I'm fucking with you."
It's really helpful when Mike plays Cat, because they just basically they share a brain anyways, right? Because they're married.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same person.
And if you ever have to like question what Cat would do, you just run to the bathroom door and just
Hey, this thing's happening.
Babe, what should I do? What should I have Cat do?
I was given
Let's
the
go.
stage direction. Cat's always down, so I'm just like, all right.
Oh, okay, cool.
So Finn just says, "All right. So if you haven't figured it out yet, what we're doing is a coffee shop.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, we're doing a coffee shop, AU.
What we're basically going to be doing is what we needed to do was find something that this town loves, and Soot was the one who actually showed me this.
Soot holds up his cup of coffee.
Southland coffee.
Southland's Coffee. We had a guy who was basically just like slinging coffee. It was strong. There was no finesse to it.
Ooh, are we gonna
And-
do a little latte art?
Who said that?
Soot looks at his cup
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to do latte art on it and just sprinkles more espresso powder on top.
I mean, actually, Katrina would know more about coffee, so maybe she fucking says that. I don't know. As long as I get to draw little dicks in the milk.
That's so good.
Oh, right. I may or may not have a lead on some machinery to let us do some very fancy coffee.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And so there's just a couple of things. This is not one of my normal productions. What you guys haven't figured out, aside from the fact that you've been to one of my spots, but not all of them, they all rhyme.
Dragon flagon.
Dragons?
Yes.
Sure. Mm.
And I suppose, I guess that's spread a little bit because we have the Spine's Respite. And so Finnan just flips over one of the pages that has now been very thoroughly colored by Soot.
And
it shows- Yeah, it shows a cartoonish, dwarven-inspired picture of what astute minds will recognize immediately as a mudcat.
So everyone except Helga.
Hey.
Actually, I think Helga, because of her background, would recognize it possibly even faster than
Ah, yes.
the rest of them. So the name is going to be, unless somebody's got something better, is the Mudcat Cafe.
Oh, fuck. That's really good.
My cat cafe.
Oh, the Mudcat Cafe.
Of course.
Soot's like nodding.
Goddamn.
It's like,
That's a good fucking name.
Mudcat.
I try.
Like it. Love it.
And I think with that reveal, we're going to end this singular episode. This is probably all going to condense down into one episode.
thingy.
Works for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you all so much for listening. I know it was a little shorter episode, but there are worse things. If you are listening to this on iTunes, please be sure to leave us a review because it super duper helps us out. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment about your favorite part and your predictions for the next episode. Please go check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Dicey Decisions. Cool stuff, fun bonuses, helps us keep the lights on. Thank you all so much for being here. Please be safe, share some love, and tell a story. Good night.